Okay, so we will try this again. So, principle number 12 of the human relations principles. When you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. And I was wrong. I didn't have the microphone on. So sorry. So life is a puzzle. And that's what I was sharing a little while earlier, that life is really like a puzzle. And I was speaking with a steel company here in Jacksonville the other day, doing a workshop, and I challenged them to the fact that, putting together the pieces of your puzzle can be a very big challenge. When my kids were younger, we used to go out and buy puzzles, those 1,000-piece puzzles or 500-piece puzzles, and we'd put them together on the kitchen table or the dining room table. And every day you'd go by and put a piece in, and you'd work on it for a few minutes, and it was just like a family thing. As you went by, you put the puzzle together. And we always had the box next to it so that you could look at the picture and kind of get a vision. And that's where this gets a little tricky, because my challenge to you is to go out and buy yourself some puzzles, like 3 or 4 of those big puzzles, and throw the boxes away and just leave the bags off to the side for a couple of weeks. All the pieces are inside a bag. And then after a couple of weeks, go just randomly grab one of the bags and start putting it together. And you'll see how difficult it really is. And that's kind of what life is. What we do is we tend to put the edge pieces together first. And that's where it's a little bit simpler. You can see the corner pieces and you can see the flat edged pieces, and you can pretty much make the outline. Yet when we get into the meat of what the inside of the puzzle is, that's where perseverance and dedication and patience take place. And a lot of people quit. They'll try it for a couple of days or maybe even a couple of weeks, and then they'll just take the pieces apart, put it back in a bag, and put it back in the closet. And so often that's what our life is like too, that you really don't take the time to put all the pieces together. Now, sure, an education or a trade school, our family, where we were raised, our environment, our siblings, our peers, they all help us in that thing called life and putting the pieces together. Yet it's really you that take the time to put your own pieces in there. And if there's something that is going on in your world that your integrity or your honesty or your passion is not there, then you've got to look for something else. You've got to look for another area to be able to do things and to gain in that area. If you're not doing what you really want to do in life, if you're settling for a career or a job because that's the way other people think it should be, then you need to go out and find yourself what you really want to do, where your passion is, where that thing in life is. And that's putting those puzzle pieces together in a very, should I say, a very logical way. Now, it's not easy. I will tell you, it is not easy. Those pieces just don't fit in there every single way that you want them to. You really have to persevere. You really have to take the time to dedicate yourself to putting it together. And life doesn't have that beautiful picture, that box cover, so that you can go for it. Sure, we can set goals, we can, have aspirations, or we can, do things that we really want to attain in life. Yet life's going to throw you curveballs all the time. And you're going to have to adjust, and you're going to have to persevere. I spoke with one of our students at a class that I've been working on for the last 10 weeks, 8, 9, 10 weeks. And it was really interesting. Her family is into puzzles too. They put puzzles together, and they do the things that really are interesting in life. And her husband, a couple of years ago, was being deployed overseas in the military. So they bought a puzzle and they threw the box away. And then the husband reached into the bag and selected out one of the pieces and put it in his pocket. And then as he was deployed, he went overseas with that piece of the puzzle. And over the next year, 18 months, as he was overseas, the family struggled to put those pieces together. Yet they persevered and they got it done. And everything was put together except for that one piece. So when her husband came back from overseas, back from his deployment, he carried that piece of the puzzle in his pocket. And as he came into the house that day he came back, the first thing he did was drop that piece of the puzzle into the puzzle to complete it, totally complete it. And that was kind of a metaphor to their family being complete again. Very interesting way of looking at that. So life can be creative, and you can be creative in your life. Yet know that you have to put those pieces together yourself. You can share it with other folks, yet life is like that puzzle. And take the time to work on that yourself and think about all of the pieces that you have to put together. And it's a long process. Don't quit because it gets tough. Don't quit because you can't see the picture. You have to have faith in yourself, get outside of your comfort zone, and keep working towards that. And put those pieces of your puzzle together in your life. And you'll be amazed at what you can do when you really put your heart and your mind and your dedication towards putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Have a wonderful week. I hope to see you here later in the week. A lot of things going on in our world over the next 2 or 3 weeks, which I'll bring you up to date on as we go forward. Thank you very much. I apologize for not being here as often as I used to be. Hope you like the message and put those pieces of the puzzle together in your life. Have a great day. Bye.